it has been tough and rough on this job search street, especially for a data analyst in 2025. It's like so hard, and I just wonder why. Why is it so hard for a data analyst to find a job in 2025? Because I remember a few years ago, these companies, they couldn't get enough of us. It was like, are you a data analyst? Do you need a job? Come to my office in the morning, send me an email, set up a call. Every other day there was another job posting. But now, these companies, nothing. Before, my LinkedIn DMs used to be popping. Every other day there's a message from a recruiter. Now we wonder, is there something we need to be aware of? Is there a conversation we need to be having? Is there a future in analytics? My opinion is we're actually at the end of an era. But the good thing about that is it's the start of another. My name is Simi from Aduni Data. At Aduni Data, we are passionate about data. If you're a hobbyist, if you're an enthusiast, if this is your career, if it's something that you're just flirting with, welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome to the family. This is the best place on the internet to be, if I do say so myself. If you're a returning subscriber, notice I said returning subscriber, because I don't understand how you could have watched the previous video and you're not already subscribing. If you're not subscribing, I'm judging you. Facts. Judged. However, let me just give you another opportunity. So hit that subscribe button, share, like, leave a comment. I think those are the basics. I'm new here, by the way. So the goal is to have videos every week. So hold me accountable. If you don't see a video in a week, just send me a message like, girl, where's that video? But for sure, I'll try to do my best to make this consistent. Videos every week on data analytics. Sometimes I might come here to rant, permit me, okay? Anyways, back to the topic of today, the future of analytics. Before we get into the meat of the matter, just wanted to draw a parallel to another career from the past. Did you know that in the 60s, about 70 years ago, when I said 50s, immediately my mind was like 50 years ago, but it's actually 70 years ago. Back to the point, I digressed. So yes, in the 50s/60s, there was a career called computers. Their job was basically to compute numbers. As we all know, that job does not exist anymore, because I don't understand why you'll be, in this 2025, your job is to be writing computation with your hand. Why? You'll be hard-pressed to find anyone that is a computer, like your job title is computer today. Probably a very niche, very, very niche role, but you'll be hard-pressed to find any role like that right now. The job title doesn't exist, but the need for computation is even higher than ever. I mean, we are all aware the amount of data that we keep churning every single day, like right now. So it seems that I can draw some parallels, right, with that and what we're facing now. The major difference that I would even say is the time. It feels like it took a couple of decades for that role to be phased out. For data analytics, it seems it's going to be less. The beginning of data analytics as a career started during the boom of e-commerce, social media, when there was like tons and tons of data that needed to be analyzed, that needed to be interpreted, that companies needed to make decisions off of. So basically, it was like from the need of the market, and it seems like we're also going to be evolving based on the market needs, which is one of the reasons why there is now a decline in job postings, because companies are also trying to reevaluate how do they want to treat data, how do they want to analyze data going forward. Now it feels like we're in that season where we can start preparing properly for a shift in data analytics. Let's take a caterpillar, for example. It starts as a bug, slimy bug. And then it goes through a phase where it's in like this cocoon, and there is a lot of shedding of dead weight. There is a transformation, right? And then after some time passes, a nice, beautiful butterfly comes out. And in that shedding time, it's very critical. And it seems that for data analytics, we are in that transitionary phase. So we are either at the time where we're entering into the cocoon or we're already in the cocoon. I'm not really sure which parts we are in, but it's definitely a transitionary phase for us right now in analytics. And I would like to share some tips on just what to expect, what I predict, and what can help. So maybe I start with what can help. What can help would be finding out if you're really passionate about analytics. Because to be honest, when these shifts happen, the people that last are people that really are passionate about the career, or people that are passionate about the subject matter. And also, this is another pointer to people trying to get into analytics, because now it's even tougher to get a role. You really have to make sure that you are passionate about analytics, you are passionate about what we do. So this is what I predict. First, there will be a bigger emphasis on self-service. Right now, most companies would have a setup where stakeholders are on one end, the analysts are in the middle, and then you have data on the other. But then one thing that I think we're going to see more companies transitioning into is this triangular method where stakeholders can actually get to the data themselves, or there will be the expectation where they can get to the data for basic, everyday, daily tasks. And then they go through the analyst for maybe more in-depth or difficult analytical questions. There are some companies that are already set up this way. I believe that all companies would then be set up this way. It would not be a maybe or an if. Every company would have this triangular setup. My second prediction would be that we would build more semantic layers. So basically, with the introduction of Gen AI, there are a lot of tools, a lot of solutions that can do the basic stuff. And we can actually build semantic layers just for verification and validation. So if there is a model or there is a question being asked to the model, you already have a semantic layer there that sets rules, that is designed to help ensure that the information that is being shared is actually correct. Because honestly, LLMs can hallucinate. And you don't want an LLM that is hallucinating information for your management team. You get in trouble. So secondly, I think there will be this new emphasis on having the skill set to build semantic layers in between LLMs and stakeholders. What else? So the last thing is storytelling. This already exists for sure, but we need excellence in storytelling. I don't think right now all data analysts are good storytellers. Most analysts are kind of weak when it comes to storytelling, but the new era of analytics, I believe there will be a stronger emphasis on storytelling. So maybe a final note, did some research. I found a report for the future of jobs of the future for 2025 report. I think it was by the World Economic Forum. And one of the charts caught my eye. It was about the projections for future jobs. And I was looking at the top 10 projections. Of course, the number one was big data management. Sounds very arbitrary. The title sounds very arbitrary. But top 10, I think the 10th career there was actually data analytics and data science. So there is projection for the creation of new jobs in the next 5 years for those careers. For a lot of them, actually, I really recommend that you check out the report. Of course, in the top 10, the upper ones, you have fintech, software engineering. So if you're in fintech or you're a software engineer, your job is safe. Cybersecurity, I believe, is also like one of the top ones. My only question when I read that report is it says there's a projection for new jobs to be created in the next 5 years. New jobs doing what? I don't think it's going to be business as usual. I don't think just being able to write SQL and build a dashboard in Power BI or Tableau is going to cut it anymore. There are more skills that will be needed. There's more to do. And yeah, basically, this is my prognosis. I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that there's a future in analytics, but it might not be what you're expecting. It's going to be different and we need to be prepared for it. Next week, we'll be talking about the different paths to a data analytics career or career in analytics generally. So please tune in and thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye.